Okay, so I haven't done a live stream for a good while, especially a good supportive one. So I'm going to start trying to hold a live stream periodically to help people grow by supporting one another, and at least do that, even if I don't have any subject matter. Hey, Nikki! I'm glad that you put your name on. That way I know who you are. I would have said, hi, Mark. How's little Reagan? Hi, Kylie. Great to see you, buddy. That was an incredible general store that you explored. Shame you couldn't see the other side of it. I understand the little man's starting to crawl. Bet he's a handful now, huh? But yeah, seeing that I don't usually have very much subject matter to talk about other than like trying to lose weight, I'd at least still like to provide a way for yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check out the drone, see what you saw. But yeah, at least allow a chance for people to support one another. So like at least in supporting one another, don't just do sub for sub, because unfortunately when YouTube cleans house, they get rid of the ones that done that. But at least check out the other person's channel, see if you like their content, and then subscribe to them. I can imagine little Reagan's like trying to pull himself up and stuff. Ah, a little bit of a eye watch there, I guess. Yeah, I kind of got burned out on the coloring anyway, and people really didn't want to watch that no more. I know that's what James Cox had always said, so that's just what I'm saying. But I do know that YouTube does not like people doing sub for sub. I definitely know that for fact. So how was everyone's Valentine's yesterday? I'm around 32 pounds gone. I still have about 53 pounds left to go. Thank you. Yeah, pretty well. That's all I've got ever to talk about is the weight loss. I am considering about starting to do the great walks with me again, but there's only 2 places so far that I can film. I have to be able to go out a little further, and that requires my husband, but he's only got 2 days off a week, so I don't know what to do about that. Originally, that's the reason why I even created this channel to begin with, just to show off parks and stuff. Well, that's the general. But I tell you what, I don't think that ever gets old. I don't think it ever gets old. Hubby didn't get me flowers because well, they just die so fast, and he knows I really don't like that so much. But he did get me a box of chocolates. I'm working on it, Kylie. Let my brain get rolling here. Yeah, there's some cities that's a little further out, and I'm going to check out parks there, but they would also require us making some day plans. Oh, well, I hope that you didn't try the flowers. That's being funny. But no, I like flowers, but fake flowers are better. At least you don't have to worry about watering them and all that. I've got a beautiful bouquet right here. Yeah, I didn't think so. Probably smelled better than they tasted. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more traffic in here and make this worth it. If not, then probably close it down in about 15 minutes. It's actually pretty nice right now. We have got about 80 degrees, and it's been windy the past few days, but it's actually died down to a nice breeze. Unfortunately, seems like the majority of Texas is a very windy area, especially down Houston, but it's pretty bad up here too. Hello, Miss Kelly T. How are you today? Why was the message retracted, hun? Yeah, it is. I was born in Ohio. Oh, those big fingers again, huh? The ones that was always responsible for giving people time out. Yeah, the weather in Ohio. I lived toward the north area of Ohio. I was at the side with the tri-state, with West Virginia and Pennsylvania. That's where I lived. And the weather was always odd. Be real foggy, and we'd have snowstorms that would be crazy. I was only there until I was 8 years old, but I remember the weather. Oh, really? I wouldn't think that about Alabama. But I don't know anything about Alabama anyway. I don't know too awful much. Mitchell, how you doing, buddy? Oh, we'll be here before we know it, pal. Texas is always early. It's late in getting its winter, and it's early in getting its spring. But, yeah, you'll have the better weather before you know it. February always seems to be the worst, at least in areas that suffers weather, like Kentucky. I don't know. I don't know. Have you still got the puppy on your other one? You might want to try to upload your picture again. It's buffing. Shoot. It'll be really good when I get the high-speed internet. They had to install fiber optics in the apartment, so it'll be available. Yeah, just give that a shot, buddy. You should be able to get your picture on. But yeah, July. In July, the high speed will be available where they put the fiber optics in, and then I'll have high speed. And that way there shouldn't be so much buffering anymore. Right now I'm running on LTE. So, how's things going with you right now, Mitchell? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. It's got to behave. Are you still working on losing weight, Mitchell? You still walking around, buddy? I think about you often when I exercise. I wonder if you're still exercising, how you're doing with your weight loss. And as far as it goes for Ohio, the last time I went there, well, at least you're doing it some. I mean, that's better than nothing. And, you know, even just a little bit of exercise, at least you're keeping your blood circulating real good. But for Ohio, last time I visited where I used to live, I was pregnant with my son. And that was going on 16 years ago. And the town was so run down. There was hardly work there or anything. Thank you, buddy. It's got a whole lot to do with how much you eat, too. I'm not so much cutting out foods, but I am just eating when hungry, and then I'm stopping when I'm satisfied. That way, I'm just letting my body tell me when it needs something. What I'm drinking here is a homemade mocha that I just had with my dinner, so I'm finishing it up. But it's been working for me. I like certain foods too much to just cut them out. All right, Kylie, thank you so much. Love you, buddy. I tell you what, walking when you're nervous and stressed out is awesome. It's awesome. For me personally, I like to walk and have some private time. Thank you, Kylie. I sure will. And I'll be sure and go check out that drone footage over top that general store. But, yeah, I like to walk and, well, there's a good chance. Well, thanks. I have tried live streaming when I go walking, but where I like to go, I have to pay attention where I step. So I prefer to go on ahead and go without the live streaming, and that way I'm free to talk to myself, clear things out of my mind. I also like to have a good talk with God and stuff, and I can't do that if I'm live streaming, so I take advantage of walking a lot. It does great to clear the mind and calm the nerves and kind of get you revved up for the day. I need to go back to walking though. I wanted to today, but I had a really late start. I sure didn't. I don't have cable. We kind of stopped cable because the channels wasn't really worth watching. I believe it. Besides, the team that I would root for didn't even get in the Super Bowl, so the way I saw it, it wasn't worth it. Personally, I like the Steelers, and I guess I'm partial for that because that's my mom's team. The Steelers is mom's team. So I kind of adopted them as well. Even though I think, according to mom, I guess I used to be for the Cleveland Browns, but I don't remember that. I understand that. I saw bits and pieces where people had posted the halftime up, and it didn't sound like it was very interesting at all. So I think football's gone downhill a whole lot after the stunt they pulled of kneeling instead of saluting the flag like normal, you know. I think it just really ruined a lot of football careers. I was never a football fan anyway, not really. So it didn't put too much of an impact on me. Yep, when it comes to the flag. And I was watching, I've been watching all these different commentators here lately on what's going on. But there was one, I think it might have been the Next News Network or something like that, and had trying to take the Pledge of Allegiance out of different programs and stuff. And this one woman came with her flag, and she done the Pledge of Allegiance, and they were booing her. Hey, it shows one here. So, and I know that you're here, so, but anyway, like when she started to say the Pledge of Allegiance, I said it too, and it had been such a long time since I'd said it, and it still rings true. And people, they're going on like there's no freedom for everybody, there's too much racism and stuff going on. And they're wanting to cut out the allegiance because of saying one nation under God and everything. But when we got to the part of freedom for all, I was thinking that means everybody. There's no certain one privilege. There's freedom for everyone here. And they're making it out to be such a, it's either them or not. Yep. Well, I can understand that. I can understand you doing that, Mitchell. Um, but they're both very good. Just look it up. Remember the difference. But yeah, it's understandable about getting them mixed up. I can understand that. Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely true. Sad to say, New York City has passed the bill. Hello, Kentucky girl, how are you? Baby's just before born. right around their due date, is allowed to be killed. And Virginia bill that even after the baby is born, even if it's healthy, the mother has a right to have it killed. So it's sad. It's great to know, Kentucky Girl. I noticed that you're putting a lot of music up on your channel. So, and these people who does music on their channels, actual music, how do yous get away without having the mark against you? There's Boogie 808 on Chained Melody. I don't know so much about any scandals, but the way I see it, all the Democrats are in cahoots, honestly. All of them. Oh, you just get warned? Yeah, because, I know that, like, we're not supposed to write material. I done a review on an A1 steak burger. Well, but I'd done a review on an A1 steak burger at Whataburger, and I had gotten a notice that the owner of the song that was playing in the background in the store gave notice of it being on my video. And then they said, but don't worry about it. It probably won't be no problem. I ran on ahead and deleted it. Now, I tell you what, there is a whole lot going on with supposedly these sexual things going on. But, yeah. Yeah, they're talking about the blackface stuff. And it's crazy because, like, if people is going on about others doing that, but yet the Democrats is doing it, ain't nothing happening. Nobody's mad at them. Well, why is it that the conservatives are being slammed, but yet anything that a Democrat does or a leftist does, there ain't no trouble. Nobody's mad. Why is that? What's up with that? I've been keeping up with Mark, and he's not mentioned too much about the blackface right now. He's got his hands full with the wall and AOC, Alexandria. But, yeah. The funniest thing, if it kicks off much more, I'll have to go on ahead and go the slide to that. But if the Democrats cooperate with the president, things would go so much more smooth. No, she shouldn't. She sure shouldn't. That shit. There's a lot even be in the Congress. A lot of them. We've got a whole mess of hateful people in Congress anymore that doesn't care too much about the people, just how much control they've got and how much money they can get for it. Me and my husband was talking about it last night. We was talking about Maxine Waters. I know. And to out anybody that supports Trump. Um, I told my husband she's evil, and he said that she's just insane. So we've got uh, the unacknowledged, the insane, and well, hello, Mark. You and Nikki done a tryst on me, done a switch out on me. I've been talking to Nikki all this time. This keeps kicking out on me, so I'm gonna let it run on just 2 more minutes, and then we'll close it. Yeah, sometimes the baby takes position. I miss being a physical mother. My kids live with their dad, and I miss them. But they're practically adults. My oldest is going to be 28 this year, and my middle one is going to be 20. Yeah, don't feel bad, bud. Don't feel bad, Mitchell. It's disconnecting on me a lot. I'm having to reconnect it, so in less than a minute here, I'm going to go on ahead and say once again. I'm so glad that Jins came on. I think about Jins often. My creative crew. Don't know if we're ever going to do another coloring page or not. I kind of got out with that. It's still great to be able to say hi to you and see how little Reagan's doing and the entire crew. I love you too, Mitchell. I miss you guys. All right, I'm going to go on ahead and hang this up. This was great. I mean, we didn't necessarily hit any particular subject, but it was still good. So, I love yous. Have a wonderful